My husband left me to attend his sister's wedding when I was 9 months pregnant, so I ruined her relationship and exposed her lies to everyone. I'm 35F, and I've been married to my husband Andrew, 39 meters, for the last 7 years. We have a 5-year-old daughter, and I'm currently 7 months pregnant. The primary reason why I'm here is because I need someone to hear me out, and what better than anonymity? My husband has always been close to his family, which I didn't find objectionable during our dating phase. His family was sweet to me whenever we met, but soon after our marriage, I realized that he was really close to his mother and sister, like they three have a gang kind of friendship. While this did not impact our relationship as a married couple, I just used to roll my eyes at their ganging up, not at me, and moved on. In any social gatherings or parties, they usually sit together and criticize others. Initially, they tried to involve me in their fun activity, but I'm not that kind of a small talk person, so I stayed out of it. However, they didn't bother me, so I too didn't bother them. While my mother-in-law, MIL, and sister-in-law, SIL, were not that warm and friendly with me, they used to stay away from my lane. I too tried to avoid them as much as possible. I didn't enjoy mocking people behind their backs and hugging them when in front. Anyway, after I conceived my first child, I stopped visiting my in-laws' house. Firstly, I was looking for a reason to cut them off, and second, my Mil and Sil were toxic. My husband was kind and gentle, but God knows what happened to him when he met his mother and sister. He would just transform into a different being. Until my husband was civil with me at home, I didn't care what he did for those 2 to 3 hours he met his family on weekends. I gave him that space. When my daughter Sarah was 3, my in-laws started poisoning her ear, saying Mama is a bad woman. But my daughter fought back, cried, and said Mama is good. She then came home and told me what had happened. My husband laughed at the situation, saying they would have just teased the little girl, but I knew the real intention behind it. Since then, I have never left my daughter alone with those evil women. Things started going south last year when my Sil started dating a wealthy businessman from Scotland. It is understandable that she was over the moon to have found such a man falling for her, but why on earth was my husband so excited about that dig? It really kept me wondering. To give a little background about my in-laws, my father-in-law, FIL, retired years ago and lived in his ancestral farmhouse in the countryside. I've met him only a handful number of times, and he's a no-nonsense person, unlike others. Probably that's the reason he had moved out to seek peace. My Mil and Sil are jobless and surviving on the rent of one of Phil's properties and allowance from him. My husband also pays his mother a part of his salary as an allowance. I have always been self-dependent, so I don't mind Andrew giving some grants to his mother.